Well, hi everybody, I'm back again. I had some more questions on here and I'm going to answer them. I just didn't want to keep people going if they weren't ready to keep going, but I did have some more questions written down. And let's just put them here closer and see if we can get some, something going here. I don't know. Maybe I should have light a light or something over here. It seems like it's awful dark on that side. So, we got some more. If Garland don't say anything, will Biden do an executive order to investigate January 6th? Will Biden do an executive order? If nobody else touches it, he should. To investigate the January 6th insurrection. It's got to be investigated. So if nobody else investigates it, will Biden investigate it? A lot of people that really love democracy are trying to talk him into it, are trying to say, hey, this can't be laid by the wayside. We've got to figure out some way to do this. We got the lover's card here for that question. And then we've got the yes card. It's the only thing to do. It can't be overlooked. This can't be thrown by the wayside because there's a bunch of bratty people in one branch of our government. And no, I don't want to wait. Every time I pull cards for the last 2 weeks, I can't even pull cards twice without having temperance come up. But that's the present. Everybody's really tired. They're just tired of the bullshit and they're tired of waiting. I know that everything was a big mess, and I'm not griping about anybody in power right now. I mean, they're still finding mountains of messes in there they didn't think was in there, and disgusting stuff that was going on. But they still need to just go through and sort out. I don't even know where they're going to find the people. That's probably the biggest thing, because they gutted out these agencies so much. But they need to find the people and go forward with this. He wouldn't have to worry about support behind it. Everybody's wanting this done. Everybody wants this done. And anybody that says they don't is eating wacky grass in La La Land. And I'm not talking about Mary Jane. They're probably out there chewing it off out by the roots. They've all gone frickin' nuts. It's got to be investigated. And this is a yes. This is another yes. There's 2 yes cards. So if nobody else does this, there's going to be an executive order to do this. It's going to get investigated. And I've got to go with the cards. And there's money behind it to get investigated. You know, people would even donate if they had to, but this is money, big money coming from the government. A lot of people are going to throw a hissy fit and act like 2-year-olds. But it doesn't make any difference. It's got to be done. The hopes and fears if it's not done, it'll just be a bunch of illusion, and we'll never know what happened if it's not truly investigated. And the whole world needs to see what's going on. So this looks like a yes. I mean, it is a yes for the cards. We've got people teaming up with him, telling him that there's no way this can scoot by. That the last push comes to shove, the last resort, he's going to have to do an executive investigation or an order to investigate this. Yeah, it would be executive. And yes, that's the thing to do. And everybody's really tired of hearing about this, and that looked like just messing around with it, pushing and shoving it around. This is another yes card. And so they are making some plans. This is what's going on behind this, and to do with the reading and this going on right now. They know that they need to come down on this strong. They know they've got the backing. The White House is definitely going to do it. Some people around him are saying, "Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that." He ought to fire every one of them. He ought to fire every one of these people that are telling him he can't do this. Because if it's not done, it's just going to add to the mistrust of the government. And the people have to know. So it looks like, yes, he is going to do that. He's going to have a... If Merrick Garland don't investigate, then it looks like Biden's going to do it. Doesn't look like it. The cards say yes, it will. I need to get faith in these cards because they come through for me. And don't forget, even no matter how many years it's been, and you find out that the Heritage Foundation is the ones that's behind all this, putting judges in office and all this other bullshit, and fighting against anybody taking hold of anything but old white men. It's going to be, when they unearth it all, this plan has been there for years and years in the making. Anyway. Val Deming versus Marco Rubio. Let's see how that's going to turn out. Val Demings versus Marco Rubio. Let's see how that's going to turn out. Anybody wants a personal reading, it's lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. So please hook up with me and send me an email, and I'll get back with you and we'll set up a reading. And please add your phone number. Put your phone number in there and we can get this show on the road. So it's lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. So Val Demings and Marco Rubio. Even if she wins, they're going to try to steal it from her. It's going to be close. But let's see what's going on here. Val Demings. That's going to do her first. Here's all the... They're already trying to figure out how to screw her. They're already investigating her and looking for anything they can find to stab her in the back just because it was mentioned. And they're keeping it buried. It's the military coming through. Our White House would love to see her in there, but we know that. This is the challenge. I think that's why this card came up. If they go ahead and get rid of that filibuster, then that puts Truth in control, which would make it where they couldn't put this knives in her back, this 10 of swords in her back, which they're already looking up everything they can find to see what they can do to screw up this election. And it's that far away just because she mentioned it. Like I said, it's going to be close. There's going to be a judgment on it. I think she's going to win it, but they're not going to want to hand it over. And who is the other guy? Oh, Marco Rubio, right underneath her. He's offering something to somebody. And he's trying to get support already. He's worried about this already. There's people around him fighting, trying to figure out what's the best thing for him to do. I just heard somebody saying the other day how well liked he is. Well, I don't think he's as well liked as he thinks he is or everybody else thinks he is. There's a lot of fighting going on in and around him. And it shows he gets his wish. But it also shows the judgment being messed up over it. So it's really close. It looks like it's really close and he stills it. But maybe if we get this filibuster in there and get this Voting Rights Act bill through, this can't be done. This kind of shit's not going to be able to be done. Maybe he'll end up with his ass in jail if he tries to sell it. So that's what's going on here. It looks like they try to cream her. She comes through and with the victory. She gets in there. She wins the judgment. But there's a lot of shit going on over under the table, and they're trying to they want to redo on it or something. But anyway, it looks like as far as the votes theirself, if they're all counted and all taken care of, it looks like she would win. She would beat him. So that's interesting. It's interesting how much I separate these cards and put them back in here and how these same cards keep coming up. That's what blows me away with tarot, but they're always that way. They're so fascinating. The more I learn about them, the more I love them. Let's see what else is here. Don Mcgann, will he tell the truth? Sounds doubtful. First he wouldn't talk because he was afraid he might have to tell the truth. Don Mcgann, will he tell the truth? Not if he don't have to. He's going to act stupid. He's going to act stupid and act just like he fell off a turnip truck yesterday. I haven't seen that thing on Ivanka, but somebody was talking about her, how she acted like she didn't even know who Weaselberg was. So we'll see. Will Don Mcgann tell the truth? Well, at least he can't get out of it this time. He knows that they got him. And he knows everybody's watching. But looky here, we got the Wheel of Fortune changing. So this is almost saying whether he wants to or not, he's going to tell more than he thinks he should. He's going to tell enough where everybody has a new prospect of what was going on after they listened to him. Well, we got the wish card, and sometimes when Trump was in office, the Trump card. But I think he's this is a wish card. I think he's wanting to get this off his chest. Time I look at him, he almost turns my stomach, and I don't think he's a square shooter. But on some level, I think he's afraid. I think he's afraid for our democracy, afraid for our government, afraid for everything. So I think, on some level he's going to feel relieved about this. He's going to make excuses for not coming forward quicker, saying that he had no choice in the matter. He's going to also try to hold out and say some of this is for executive privilege or whatever. Because Donald Trump's still very much the devil in the middle of this. I used to know a guy called that. He's no longer on this premise, but I kind of used to feel like that about him sometimes. I don't know why. Um, I hope this is Democratic women saying hallelujah and all of us, that he does tell enough of the truth to make us want to have a tip our cups. He's laying awake nights. He knows that he's going to have to, he feels like he's just going to have to tell things that he don't want to tell. He hasn't not been sleeping good. I think that comes up this week, doesn't it? And once he starts talking things, it makes things move faster. It puts something into gear. It's like starting out in first gear and thus get this thing going. Here comes the chariot once he talks. Double chariot. Things start coming through from different directions. So he's going to open up a new vein. It's like a vein in a... Thank you, guides. It's like a vein in a gold mine. It's like he starts talking and it opens up one direction, opens up another direction. Chariots coming through quick. And I hope this is Donald Trump, that we're putting the swords in the bat, because we've got... This has been held up way too long. It's time for a change, for this to come out and the truth to come out. It's time for truth to come out from somewhere. This is not going to be good for Donald Trump. He's got the swords next to him. He's got what a devil he is coming out. Even though he'd like to hold some of it back, I don't think he gets to hold that much back. Going to go two different directions. It's going to open up a new line of investigation where they weren't even looking. And like I said, this thing is going so far and so deep. It'd be really nice to have somebody in the DOJ or something that really knew what it was like to really do a job, but they got rid of almost everybody that knew how to conduct this kind of stuff. Maybe they'll go back to work for them. I don't think so, not after the dirty deal they got. Yeah, it's just going to open up new beginnings. We're going to be toasting our cups. And it doesn't look like he'll be in jail, but he's going to almost wish he was in jail before it was through. But it'd be nice to have it unhung and have it over. So that's what's going on there. And I'm getting hoarse. I should have did some chanting today. I've been thinking about chanting. I didn't separate those cards out like I usually do. I'm going to grab a different deck. So I'll do, then I won't have to worry about separating them out. Maybe I don't have any more questions. Well, I got a deal in here where I wrote it a week ago to talk about that family. It's the family that's behind all this. It was behind the January 6th stuff. That's what they're going to find out. Well, I don't think there's anything. It looks like there's nothing they can do, because it's. But I'll ask the question: is the DOJ going to do anything about these supposedly cyber ninjas? Can they stop this crap? I don't know if they can stop it, because it's going out in the states. They should be able to stop them from screwing with the ballots if they're not qualified. That much they should be able to do. They quit acting like a bunch of pansies and just go straight by the law and come out and say no. Just slap their hands, take them away from them, say no, you can't have these. This is government property. So is the DOJ going to do anything about these cyber ninjas? I gotta go back to the doctor Wednesday, or go to the doctor the first time. And I don't even think they're totally unlocked, but I guess my heart monitor keeps going off. And it's been working. I haven't had any trouble with it since I had my 3 ablations, but I haven't felt very good the last few weeks, so maybe that's why. Maybe they can fix something, who knows. So, let's see. Is the DOJ going to do anything about these cyber ninjas? Probably should just pull one card. But we might as well do a little reading, and then we'll stop. And remember, attitude of gratitude. Attitude of gratitude. Be thankful for this day. Be thankful for this week. Send love out to everybody you know. Don't exclude anybody just because they don't think like you. Send love out to everybody. Send enough love out, maybe they'll just be overwhelmed. Might get the cobwebs out. That's not being nice. Wow, what was the question? We got Nancy Pelosi on the bottom. Is the DOJ going to actually step in and do something about this? Well, I don't know what that would have to do with Nancy, but anyway, let's see. I'm going to cut these things again. I don't know. I know if they decided to, they could. This is a signifier. There is laws to stop this if they really want to look and use them and enforce them. These guys aren't really cyber ninjas. They're just little ignorant people. They don't even know how to protect these ballots. They don't even have a clue what they're doing. They're just causing propaganda. This says yes. Look at this. This is the influence over this. Says yes, they are going to step in. It would sure make the people feel better. And this is people all over. There's a lot of people on the Republican side are starting to really get worried because they know this stuff's just batshit crazy, and they're not batshit crazy, and they're wanting it to stop. And the influence on this is absolutely horrible, and what they need to do is step in and change it totally. So they're already throwing some laws around to change it totally. We might be hearing something about that pretty quick, because here comes the chariot. If they're going to put a stop to this, they got to do it now, because they're getting ready to start it in all these other states. And this is stopping the thieves, the ones that's fucking with the ballots. The mercenaries, the ones that are trying to spread doubt. Getting paid to spread doubt. Paid lots of money, lots of taxpayer money even, to spread doubt. To do something that's already been done 3 or 4 times that the taxpayers have paid for. This is another reason why I can't believe that people aren't out marching in the streets about this. So as long as we sit on our asses and let them steal our democracy, well, I guess this is what's going to happen. The energy around this is the White House, but they need to tell them what they want. It's upside down. They need to tell them to go in and make this right. The Democrats are such pussies. They're scared to death they might get in trouble for stopping anything, and this is a done deal. This is ridiculous. It's totally stupid. So it shows the Lovers. So maybe this would be a... I know you're not supposed to... The Attorney General don't work for you, but the Attorney General works for the people. So maybe they will have an open meeting about this with the White House, with other people in there or something, just putting the facts forward or something. There's some kind of cooperation going on to stop this, to stop it, because we have them. They know how to stop it. They've already researched it. They've got the laws to stop it, for real. And that would change this thing totally around. It would put the brakes on this thing that they've got going to steal our elections in the future. The mercenaries that are doing this now think they can just get away with anything. They've done it so long, and they're walking right over the White House. They've got the White House upside down here. The White House needs to get rid of all the nostalgia they had, bring help in, and yes, this needs to be done. So that's what's going on there, and I hope you guys have a beautiful evening and a beautiful week, and send me some more questions, and I'm going to do this again in a couple of days. I'm not going to put this off, because I always feel better when I do them. And I do have to go, like I said, I have to go to the doctor on Wednesday, so that means I can't stay up late tomorrow night, but maybe if I'm feeling good, I can stay up late Wednesday night and do this. So please get back with me if you want me to do another reading and ask some questions. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste.